It's a process in my faith, nothing is a waste. An opportunity to grow in my faith. Wanna be on a righteous path for his name's sake. I have my shortcomings, but I know what you're doing, Lord. Hello, welcome to the first the first official video of this channel, Trace.e Music. Here I'm going to take you, on this channel, I'm going to take you along my journey as, I guess you can say, artist. I'm dabbling a little bit into music and becoming an artist. It's just one of the I actually started songwriting first when I was, I think, 20 years old. I went through a heartbreak, so it was a really tough time for me. But I always felt like I wanted to do music. At 10 years old, I would just watch music videos. Like, I'll be on top of the celebrities and their music. And I remember even my dad telling me, he has since passed away, but when he was here, he would always tell me, oh, it's always music with you. And I remember for a week, I would tune the radio stations back when I used to listen to radio. I don't anymore. Now everything is streaming and online. But I remember I would used to turn to the radio and change the radio stations every day. Like, this day would be this radio station. This day would be another radio station. And I'm very, very young. I'm not old. But that's how it used to be back when I was 10, middle school age. And I started songwriting at 20 years old. And I attempted to songwrite at 15 years old. But it just, because I was inspired by a commercial that I saw on TV. But it couldn't come to me. Like, I sat there with a pen and paper, but I couldn't think of anything. But then, in God's timing, going through, Him allowing what I went through, though it was my mistake and my sin, but through that, He turned it around for good by His grace, which I didn't deserve. But in God's timing, songwriting came out when I was 20 years old, which was about 6-7 years ago. And with my music journey, it's kind of been off and on. But I haven't really been consistent as I should be. I'm just taking it one day at a time. And that's what I want this channel to be. Just taking it one day at a time with my creativity in creating music and just growing. That's what I want to do on this channel. It's not about perfectionism, though I should put out something that's decent and giving my best to honor God in my music. But it's not about perfectionism. That's one thing with me. I'm not a perfectionism. I'm actually leaning more towards not being a perfectionist. I'm kind of like passive, but I should grow more in that. I think you need a balance of both. You need not to be perfect, not perfectionism, but not putting out something that's decent, but somewhere along the middle, which I believe I'm going to learn along the way. So that's a little bit about me. I also wanted to tell you about music production too. I started thinking about music production at 17 years old. And one of the people that inspired me in music production, I don't really want to name names, but It was a worldly artist I don't listen to anymore since I became born again. His beats kind of inspired me. Like, I liked listening to his beats. I always liked listening to beats and catching on to certain sounds I didn't catch on before. Like, my ears were always tuned like that. But I didn't officially start producing until the year of 2022, around that time. So I must have been 24 when I started officially producing my first song. And I'm still growing. I am. I still need to practice with my music. But that's when I officially started producing. But I always thought about it when I was 17, 18 years old. And my last crush that I had, he was like into that. He was into dance, he was into music production. And that's what kind of sparked my interest in him. But yeah, that season of my life was tough. You know, I think looking back on that thing that happened with that heartbreak, it was my mistake and my sin and me not knowing God. But God will allow certain things, though not from him. Like, he was a whole counterfeit. But I think through that kind of got me to where I am right now. Like, I didn't really put it into perspective of starting songwriting or singing or rapping or music production. It's until after that heartbreak then I became aware of, oh, what these can be my gifts. Before I used to think, oh, maybe it's just to seem cool, but I do believe I do have these gifts. But that's a little spiel about me. This video is going to be about me producing a track, me singing and producing a track. And I'm going to try my best with this track. And I'm going to use a reference track with one of my favorite songs. It's called Seriously by Sarah Natalie. I really like that song. And I'm going to use that as a reference for what I'm creating. And the song that I came up with is Woman of God. And you've kind of heard a little bit about it in my intro video for my other channel, Advancing Biblical Femininity. Now I'm going to work on the whole song, and I'm going to clean it up to see if to practice it so it sounds more put together. So I'm going to take you through that process. Right now So I'm going to show you the melodies that I came up with, starting with the bridge. I also did the chorus, the first verse, the second verse. I came up with melodies. And I used the voice memo app so that I could remember the melodies. Because sometimes I forget. Scrolling down. There you see the first verse, the second verse of melodies that I came up with for the song. Now I'm going to show you the song that I wrote. You have the first verse, pre-chorus, chorus, second verse, bridge, and then the outro. And here is GarageBand, where I will be starting and recording the vocals for this track using my Rode microphone. I'm recording the vocals. So first, let me see if I remember the melodies. Growing in God, really that's a lot. Gotta show the world what I really got. My identity is godly femininity. Can I like what I am not? Okay, I remember that melody that I thought of. Which is the first verse. Now on to the pre-chorus. Let me see if I remember this one. I am blossoming like a flower. What they say is weakness is a power. God designed it for us, and I love it. God designed it for us. And then the chorus. I am a woman of God, in my nature, in my thoughts. I am a woman of God, a quiet and gentle spirit. Yeah, I'm remembering the melodies. It's just sometimes when I step away from it because I am busy. So sometimes I forget the melodies that I came up with. This song was inspired by just me growing more and understanding on what a godly woman is and all about femininity. So this inspired me to make this song for the channel. And it was quick. I really like that song by Sarah Natalie, seriously. So I made my own spin on it and made it my own. So I made it new, obviously. But that's kind of what inspired me to write and make this song. With my melodies, it's practice. Let me see if I remember the second verse. I remember gentleness, that's a look, operating. Gentleness, that's a look, operating as I should. Couldn't doubt it if I could. I think that's how it goes. Let me find it if I can find that. Okay, the ending is couldn't doubt it if I could. Gentleness, that's a look, operating as I should. Couldn't doubt it if I could. Gentleness, that's a look, operating as I should. Couldn't doubt it if I could. I believe in reference tracks, depending on the artist. For me, I like to stay within artists that are Christian and talk about the gospel. There is a difference that I believe, because there are artists you can find that are Christian, but their music is not about the gospel. So for me and my convictions, I like to stay within artists that do talk about the gospel. So the thing with reference tracks, you have to use it and then make it your own and to give you an idea, because honestly, there's so many chords. There's only just so many chords that you can use and, make it this like, I definitely feel as an artist, you want to make something new. Like no one has ever done it before, but there's only so many chords and melodies. So I think I'm good with this melody. So leading into the bridge, what I came up with is woman of God, 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 woman of God. So that would be leading into the bridge. As I told you, this is practice. Now on to recording the track. I actually have to have the notes here. I got this Rode microphone and it's supposed to not catch on certain sounds. Right now, cars are passing back and forth. I pray that it doesn't catch it. Or maybe I would just have to wait. Let me practice this before I actually record this. Growing in God, really that's a lot. Gotta show the world what I really got. My identity is godly femininity. Can I like what I am not? I am blossoming like a flower. What they say is weakness is a power. God designed it for us, and I love it. God designed it for us. I am a woman of God, in my nature, in my thoughts. I am a woman of God, a quiet and gentle spirit. Gentleness, that's a look, operating as I should. I kind of ate something. Gentleness, that's a look, operating as I should. Couldn't doubt it if I could. I feel like this sounds similar to the melody. So I fixed the melodies. Well, not fixed, but I made new melodies. I'm recording the vocals now. So let's see how this goes. It's for practice, you all. It's for practice. Growing in God, really that's a lot. Gotta show the world what I really got. My identity is godly femininity. Can I like what I am not? I am blossoming like a flower. What they see as weakness is their power. God. Growing in God, really that's a lot. Gotta show the world what I really got. My identity is godly femininity. Can act like what I am not. I am blossoming like a flower. What they see as weakness is a power. God designed it for us, and I love it. God designed it for us. I am a woman of God, in my nature, in my thoughts. I am a woman of God, a quiet and gentle spirit. Gentleness, that's a look, operating as I should. Couldn't doubt it if I could. Clothed in modesty and humility, biblical femininity is what it really means. It's so good, it's so good. I am blossoming like a flower. What they see as weakness is a power. God designed it for us, and I love it. God designed it for us. I am a woman of God, in my nature, in my thoughts. I am a woman of God, a quiet and gentle spirit. Woman of God, 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 woman of God. Growing in femininity, God designed for me. Now I know who's really me, living gracefully. Less is more, and I'm really sure this is pleasing in God's sight. That's the way it can be, authentically me. Growing in femininity, God designed for me. Now I know who's really me, living gracefully. Less is more, and I'm really sure this is pleasing in God's sight. That's the way it can be, authentically me. I am a woman of God, in my nature, in my thoughts. I am a woman of God, a quiet and gentle spirit. Woman of God, 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 have to re-record this because there was a long pause in the middle of the song because I forgot it. Forgot how the melody went. So I would have to re-record this. But I'm going to play it back to here. It can't be too loud because the feedback from the microphone. The volume on my laptop, it can't be too loud. Let's see. I just played it back and the volume was low because of the feedback from the microphone. I'm going to re-record this because it was a long pause and I'm going to show you later. I'm going to stop right here. I was trying to re-record the vocal because of that long pause. But I'm going to stop right here to give my voice a break. Maybe the next day it's either this is going to be in parts, like a part 1 and part 2. So part 1 is the vocals, the melodies, the song, showing you the song lyrics, the melodies, recording the vocal as a part 1. Part 2 part 2 will be the producing the track. I'm going to give my voice a break right now because rehearsing again is a lot for my voice and I don't want to strain my voice. So this is going to be in 2 parts. The next day, or we can call it part 2, I'm going to finish with producing the track. And I'm not going to show you every bit and piece of making this whole song, but just the key parts that I think you all can get from or want to see or would like to see. I think you would like to see. That's it for part 1. See you in part 2. Dos. Thank you for watching this first ever video. Bye. Not first ever video. First video filming on this channel. Thank you for watching. Growth, growth, you should grow. Growth, growth, you should grow. Don't stay stagnant, don't stay lukewarm. By God's grace, reach maturity.